Do you guys think oh, thank you for 20 joules. Where's everyone from the other stream? There they are. I think. I really like having the fire in the back. I think it adds a lot. Do you guys think Hassan Piker beat his dog? Electrically shocked his dog? Okay. This guy, there's one freak. Where's he at? Let me find him. They interviewed the one freak guy. The one really gross guy. Where is it? It's not this one. Trump calls for jailing Chicago mayor. Very cool. So dope. That's so dope, bro. Trump compares Democrats to insurrectionists. Soybean farmer goes on CNN. Senator's grill. National Guard arrives in Chicago.
Illinois. See if they.
Where's the video of the really freak guy? The really gross guy? The one top ICE agent, top deportation officer.
Gripping the steering wheel so tightly that I can see the whites of your knuckles. There's a myriad of factors that we would look at to develop.
Gregory Bovino? Gregory Bovino? Chill out, dude. What video is it?
Now, part of the criticism that you've weathered with this is the...
Oh my god!
Now,
I hate everything, dude. Why can you not just work? It's like, just show me where the damn interview is. Like, just show me where the damn interview is, bro. Crazy. Crazy times we live in, for real. I should probably find that before I start streaming. Shut up. Soybean farmer is mad at Trump for the tariffs, woohoo. I think one of the top predictions we said, everyone said, about Trump's tariffs are that it was going to destroy soybean farmers in particular, because China buys like 30% of the world's soybeans. But no one listens to liberals because, you know, facts and whatever.
When it comes to President Trump's trade war,
Pronouns.
few Americans have been hit as hard as farmers. The tariffs and China's retaliation have really been a gut punch, especially for soybean farmers. Now, soybeans are America's largest agricultural export, worth more than $24 billion last year. About half of that went to China. This year, that number is effectively zero after Beijing imposed 20% tariffs on U.S. soybeans in retaliation for tariffs on China.
So Trump's trade war destroys our farmers, okay? It destroys our farmers, so we need to bail them out or they're gonna fall apart. And then guess what? China does not buy our soybeans. We have to we have to help bail out Argentina, the country of Argentina, and China's gonna buy Argentina soybeans. So Trump really just screwed over America in total.
These goods. And as you can imagine, that means farmers are really hurting right now. President Trump is said to be considering a bailout of at least $10 billion for farmers. The concern, though, that may be too little too late for some. According to court data, farm bankruptcies actually rose in the first half of the year to the highest level since 2021.
I love all the stats that basically say that Trump's presidency is the economic equivalent to like COVID-19. Like the COVID-19 pandemic and also the 2008 financial crisis. Like Trump's dipshittery is only compared to 2008 financial crisis and freaking COVID, an actual pandemic.
Scott Brown is a
crazy.
soybean farmer in Arkansas and is joining us now. Scott, it's good to have you with us. So just first of all, where are you in this moment? How is your farm doing?
I hope to break even, but I mean, we don't know. We're not cutting soybeans yet, and I don't know what the yield is. We're just finishing up corn. I'm a pretty low debt load farmer. I farm 800 acres. My equipment's all paid for. I do it all by myself. I'm a first generation farmer, so I don't have as big of problems as a lot of the guys do. But I mean, I have friends that farm thousands of acres, 5,000, 10,000, 11,000 acres. They've got worlds of problems. I mean, I don't know that there's any way to yield yourself out of it.
So what does that mean for some of your friends? Does that mean they could ultimately lose everything?
Yes, ma'am. I mean, I don't think that the average American understands when you go down to the bank and get a crop loan, you've put all your equipment up, all your equity in your ground, you've put your home.
Just think too, all of the small farmers are gonna die in these situations, and the big farmers, not the big farmers, but the corporate farms can buy up the small ones. So whenever this happens, Trump is helping the corporate farmers, corporate farms, the corporations, private equity, buy up all the small farms. So eventually there will be no small farms left.
Up, your pickup truck, everything up. And if they can't pay out, and if they've rolled over any debt from last year, they're going to call the auctioneer and they're going to line everything up and they're going to
go into debt because you're a farmer.
So if there were a
good
bailout,
yield,
right, which the president is apparently considering, what would that mean?
Well, the stopgap needs to come because they've kind of painted the farmer in a corner. I mean, I want trade, not aid. I need a market. I need a place to sell this stuff. I can work hard enough and make a product. If you give me some place to sell it, I'll take care of myself. But they've painted us in a corner with this China deal and China buying no soybeans. I mean, they've tore our market in half. I mean, if you take the 4 years prior to Trump's first tariff war, the average price of a bushel of soybeans is $12.54. The average price for the 4 years during Trump's first tariff war is $9.39. That's $163 an acre swing to the minus. The next 4 years after the tariff.
Oh God. Okay. So we blew up a few ships outside of Venezuela illegally. We're trying to pretty much kill their civilians and hope they do something to us because we want to do regime change war in Venezuela. By we, I mean Trump, the war-hungry president. We actually bombed Colombian citizens, by the way. They did not know they were Colombian citizens because we're blowing up random boats. All right, our government's doing that. Pam Bondi spoke today. She basically admitted that there are real photos of Trump and Epstein together with topless young women. And her only preparation for talking to our government, she had binders full of attacks, one-liners, like a roast compilation of these senators, okay? So she knows she can defend this huge PDF file ring. She can defend all this Trump corruption if she says one-liners. So these are all personal attacks, okay? She has them ready as a script because they know their supporters are silly geese. I'm not going to say brain dead morons who are slobbering and drooling listening to this. I'm just going to say they're easily misguided by shiny object politics. All right? It's all a big entertainment game for them, and people fall for it. Crazy.
Trump says Governor J.B. Pritzker and Mayor Brandon Johnson should be in jail. ICE officers' lives are in danger in Chicago, and at this point, they're aiding and abetting an insurrection. This is nothing more than sabotage.
By the way, right now, everything is terrorism. Everything is terrorism under the Trump regime. Every single thing is terrorism. There's people right now in Portland, Oregon, dancing around in inflatable frog costumes, and they are calling them terrorists and insurrectionists. Like, there's people on January 6th that smashed cops' skulls in and tased them with their own tasers and beat them with American flagpoles and their own riot shields. Multiple cops had permanent lifelong injuries, permanent brain damage. Multiple died from suicide after. And they pardoned them, remember. And they're completely fabricating all of this to stage like a military occupation of these cities, a martial law type of thing, like an insurrection act They want to use the Insurrection Act here. It's crazy. They're fabricating everything about this.
A dereliction of duty. But the mayor says Trump's just trying to lock up another brother.
It's certainly not the first time that Donald Trump has called for the arresting of a black man unjustly. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stay firm.
Johnson's not very bright. Trump also wants to lock up the white guy.
He's not very bright. You let him talk for 5 seconds. I guess him being black is enough to say he's not very bright, right? I mean, that's enough for them. I'm not the person to go to racism right away. I wouldn't do that in my arguments, but still, it's pretty clear what kind of message they send when they show 3 words someone says.
But the white guy's building a wall.
This is a convicted felon. I mean, think about that, who is threatening to jail me. I got to say, this guy's unhinged. He's insecure. He's a wannabe dictator. And there's one thing I really want to say to Donald Trump. If you come for my people, you come through me. So come and get me.
Jamie Beck's big, but he's not that big. How's Ribs going to stop a chopper?
Imagine being a child awakened in the middle of the night by a Black Hawk helicopter landing on your roof.
Kids in Chicago are getting hit by strays. If they see a Black Hawk land on a roof to round up bad guys, that's a dream come true. Ribs never worried about
These kids were torn out of their bedrooms in zip ties, in their pajamas at 10 p.m. at night until 3 a.m. They did nothing wrong. Their families did nothing wrong. They were traumatized from this. ICE agents said F these kids, but there's a reason they can't play Pritzker's full statement here. It's because they're scumbag liars who want to abuse children just like the Epstein list. All right? They will protect child abusers in ICE and child abusers from the Epstein list and child abusers, Trump himself, okay? They will protect them for their political goals. They can't play the actual truth here. They can't tell you the actual truth here. Remember, they need to clip out 2-second segments of what they say because any truth that they let slide on Fox News is not allowed. So 2 seconds here, 3 seconds there, all right? Fill in the blank. They cannot let you hear, if you're a Fox News viewer, if you're a Trump fan, they cannot let you hear the other side's voice because they know if you hear a little bit of truth, you will realize you're going the wrong way right now.
the children before. He thinks ICE is a bigger threat than street gangs.
I mean, objectively, yeah. Like, the families gave testimony after this, where they said this is the first time in their lives they've ever had a gun pointed at their faces. The first time ever they've ever been scared of being shot by a gun is during this ICE raid. So yeah, objectively, yes. But of course, Americans believe every city in America is a literal war zone where there's bullets flying left and right every second of the day. A military occupation of thugs and ICE that are untrained dipshits is going to be far more dangerous than random street thugs, okay? But the whites, and by whites I mean anybody who's pampered in America, they just believe cities are dangerous. You go to a city, you tell a white conservative you're going to a city, they're going to piss their pants for you, okay? They're going to say, be safe, you're walking through Philadelphia or Pittsburgh or New York, be safe, please. It's like, bro, I'm safer in New York than I would be in West Virginia. Like, it's crazy. The propaganda.
Never worried about the children before. He thinks ICE is a bigger threat than street gangs. The whole city's infested.
We learned that the Chicago city streets.
Wait, actually, good point. They could both be big threats. They're both gangs. They're both made up of thugs. They're both lawless. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, you could say they both are dangers, okay? Yeah, they're both dangers. You're adding more danger to the city. And you're straining the resources of local police officers as well.
Have 110,000 gang members. That's right.
Oh, this motherfucker. Oh, I don't curse. Sorry.
We learned that the Chicago city streets have 110,000 gang members.
Holy shit, dude. Holy shit. What's Chicago's population?
That's right. You heard me right. They had 1,200 shootings this year alone, 360 homicides.
Parts of Chicago are more dangerous than Afghanistan. 5% of...
Yes, dude. If you hear the words, parts of Chicago is more dangerous than Afghanistan. Holy shit. Go drink some bleach. Go gargle down some bleach. Holy shit, bro. Yeah, Kash Patel says 5% of Chicago's population is in gangs. Like, what the hell? To believe this shit, you have to be having a reverse IQ. A negative IQ. You have to reverse think. You have to just be thinking backwards from Trump's ballsack. It's actually crazy. You hear these...
The people in Chicago are gang members. Almost 10% of the city is illegal. So the guards going in. Over 500 members of the Guard from Illinois, Texas, and California have been deployed for a 60-day mission. And what's JB back actually going to do about it? Nothing. If he tells Chicago PD to block the Guard, you think the police are loyal to Ribs or the president? The streets are begging for help, and Trump's the president for all Americans.
Considering ICE is currently tear gassing police in Chicago, they might have different opinions, Mr. Plastic Face Jesse Waters.
Even in Portland.
Yesterday morning, I was broken again for the 10th time. We need help here, and something needs to be done. So if this is what we need to do to get our leaders paying attention to what's happening.
Portland is begging for help. It's one person. It's one person. It's one person, dude. I could find you one person anywhere to say anything. Literally anything. Kanye West found like 20 black guys to sing Hail Hitler in a song. You can find people to say anything. You don't make decisions based off of one person saying some shit to get on Fox News to be on national TV.
Portland, then I think it's a good thing.
A business is burglarized 10 times, and Portland politicians don't want to help?
Holy shit, nuke 'em. Nuke 'em, dude. Drop a nuke. 10 times, drop a nuke. Hiroshima that ass. Like, holy shit. Drop a nuke on him. Why not? You can stop all the robberies. Drop a nuke on him. We should have a full surveillance state. We should have no rights. And the Constitution. She was robbed? Holy shit. And the Constitution. I want a tracker in my ass right now. Why? Like, come on. Do it.
The only explanation is they want to help the criminals help themselves.
Yes, yes. They want to help the criminals, yes.
Portland mayor is a straight-up crime denier.
The president will not find lawlessness or violence here. I've been so deeply disappointed to see footage from a half-decade ago recycled and recycled again. If President Trump came to Portland today, what he would find are people riding their bikes, playing sports, enjoying the sunshine, buying produce at a farmer's market.
People enjoy sunshine and buy produce at farmers markets in Ukraine. Is Ukraine A-okay?
Bro, I try not to say the R word. I try not to. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. But we need people who will. Alright? I'm not strong enough to do it, but we need people who will say it. Alright? We need people who will say it. This requires that word. This is we gotta break the glass. We need the word here. I'm not gonna do it. Alright? That's why you guys need to. I'm politically correct. Alright? I'm a decent person. I would never say such a word. But holy shit. Do they deserve it? Wow, bro. Whoa. By the way, Portland had a marathon with 12,000 people. Alright? Portland had a marathon with 12,000 people. 12,000 people running in Portland. Alright? They had farmers markets. They did have all this stuff. Most American cities are like this. Pretty much all of them. Okay? Again, if you believe Afghanistan, I don't know how to communicate with someone who believes complete batshit stuff. It's really challenging, huh?
Playing sports, enjoying the sunshine, buying produce at a farmer's market.
People enjoy sunshine and buy produce at farmers markets in Ukraine. Is Ukraine A-okay?
Bro, people played tic-tac-toe in Auschwitz. Holy shit.
And recycled footage? There's been riots for over 100 days. They showed footage of January 6th for 2 years.
Over 100
and that was
days.
only one day. And if we needed more proof that Democrats are colluding with Antifa, politicians are coaching them on when to throw Molotov cocktails.
They are trying to tell a story, a reality TV story for a reality TV president. We need to stay away from
this war back
this facility tonight, where almost assuredly they will have right-wing media influencers, agitators, and videographers to tell a propaganda story about us.
Reality shows aren't scripted. They're just pointing a camera at reality.
What about that was directing when to throw the Molotov cocktails? I'm sorry, we need the word. We need it. We need the word. Again, we need a bat signal. Because holy crap.
And Democrats can't face the reality that their cities are unsafe because they'd be...
It's such weak propaganda, too. It's such weak propaganda. It's such weak propaganda. Like, for you to believe this, you got to be watching on a freaking leapfrog pad.
Responsible for not doing anything about it. So they're blaming the cameras for the crime. Today, Trump held an Antifa roundtable at the White House and invited the real journalists who have been on the ground. Secretary Noem hitched a red eye from Portland and reports there's a major cover-up.
They are absolutely covering up the terrorism that is hitting their streets.
Do you ever see a picture of her before her plastic surgery? She looks like that. She looks like him. It's actually kind of crazy.
The damage that they've done, these leaders in these local cities, along with Pritzker and Johnson.
Sorry, plastic surgeries. She's had enough plastic surgeries to fill up the entire ocean. All right, watch out. If she ever dies, do not put her in the ocean for the sea turtles. They will suffocate. Holy shit.
Ignore what's going on, or, sir, they're helping Antifa cover it up.
Antifa assailants are assaulting reporters, giving them black eyes, and cops are letting them off.
They're giving them black eyes? Holy shit. By the way, remember the first 8 months of the Trump presidency when Antifa was not a conversation at all? And now apparently Antifa is the #1 conversation of all time anywhere for anything. Isn't that kind of crazy how they can fabricate out of thin air these narratives?
I watched 20 Antifa militants help my assault suspect escape into an Antifa safe house that is 1 block away from.
Is she 60 or 20? Oh my gosh, she looks like that one gremlin. Wait.
The ICE facility. It's where they're resting, they're showering, they're eating to continue this occupation.
Like this one, I think. This gremlin? Is that the one I'm thinking about?
I have staked out this safe house and have observed shift changes. This group is highly organized. It is being funded through mutual aid groups, and they have no plans of stopping.
The press is under attack, and the White House press couldn't care
less. Wow, look at that cute gay photo.
Less.
Holy shit.
They're complaining about Trump waking them up on Air Force One, while brave reporters are documenting the dangers.
This guy right here is the Antifa super soldier, bro. He has a speaker with a Bob Marley shirt. Holy shit, bro. Wow, they have rainbow-colored gas masks. These liberal arts, gender studies students are obviously militants. Wow. Whoa. Nuke 'em. Martial law.
Of domestic terrorism in blue cities.
My question for all of you is, how would you feel if every time you showed up to work, masked militants tried to kill you? Because that's how we feel. That's our lived reality.
Aw, oh baby. Oh my goodness. Your lived reality?
I want to debate you.
You want to debate me? Oh my god. Call the phone number. Call the phone number up there. I don't even want to use this as a YouTube segment. I'm not using this as a YouTube segment. This is too freaking stupid. Holy shit. I'm sorry. Homan warns of bloodshed as governor calls National Guard thugs. Holy shit. Take medication. Take Ativan or Xanax or something. Or Lexapro. Some type of stabilizer. You guys gotta calm the hell down. We're gonna put a stop to this right now. Like, if you're okay with this, we don't have a country. You guys are such female dogs. Holy shit.
Former FBI Director James Comey getting dragged through the same process he once put Martha Stewart through. Pleading not guilty in his first court appearance. The charges, obstruction and making false statements to Congress back in 2020. The trial's locked in for Jan 6th, the day before that terrible January 6th. And the media is already acting like it's the second coming of Watergate.
Not since Watergate, Anna, have we seen a president weaponize the Justice Department to go after his political rivals.
This is one of the most significant cases in America's 249-year history. A president of the United States directed that one of his opponents be prosecuted because he didn't like that individual.
This is an effort by the president to use the power of the federal government to muzzle somebody he doesn't like. The legal case is simply a way to get Jim Comey to shut up.
These guys are great, Jesse. Isn't the whole point of this really, it's not really the conviction, it's the process, which many innocent Republicans, and I'll even throw Martha Stewart, had to go through because of that guy's ambition. So maybe...
He sounds like a bitch, too.
Hello?
Hello?
No, you did answer. Good for you.
Yeah, I answered the call when God calls.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, I do. Do you?
All right. I answered the phone. I've been waiting.
What's up?
Yeah, that was... So, why do you think that Donald Trump is doing this? Because he's racist?
No, because he's an authoritarian, and he does really authoritarian things because he wants to be able to dominate people and have absolute power. I don't know if he'll be able to get it, but he wants to.
Well, why is he dominating power? My question to you is, some people say 20, some people say 10 million people that Joe Biden let into this country during his tenure. Are you for that or against it? Was that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, Trump says 25 million and 30 million, and the number's probably below 5 million. When you say let in, it's a really dumb conversation because we have asylum laws in America. You can argue they were abused, and we need to change those asylum laws, but no one was let into the country. There's immigration laws. Biden had no open borders. It's just a dumb conversation.
It was under false pretense of asylum.
Either way, they have no better way. We have courts, right? We have immigration courts. If you want to illegally shut down the asylum process, you can.
Why didn't they come through the port of entry like the U.S. Code states?
No one gives a shit about them. Right now, the Trump admin is zip tying kids who are American citizens. They don't give a shit about legal status on who they abuse.
No, well, answer my question. Why were people?
I don't care about your question. I don't care about your question because the Trump admin doesn't give a shit at all. No, I don't care because they don't care. They care about abusing people. There's no evidence at all they care about legal immigration or illegal immigration.
I'm talking about then.
Well, I'm talking about right now because the president of the United States right now wants to abuse people and use authoritarian powers. He does not give a shit about legal or illegal immigration. He'll give illegal immigrants to all of his farm donors, all of his factory donors, all of the hotel donors.
Here's the basics.
I'm sorry. I'm just done having good faith conversations with people who don't want to have good faith conversations because that's not like Donald Trump right now does not give a singular shit about any of that. What you're about to say.
People from Afghanistan, people from Syria, people from Ukraine, that is legal under U.S. code. That is legitimate refugee status.
Donald Trump called the Haitian immigrants who were here illegally. They called the Haitian immigrants who were here savages who eat cats and dogs. They don't give a shit about legal status.
Haitians are allowed to be here too because I've
but
seen
they
what's
don't
going
care
on
about
in their
legal
country.
status. They still abuse them and lied about them and call them savages. They don't care about legal status. They pick favorites and they want to abuse people.
Still, here's the deal. The reason that Joe Biden let him in is because he wanted to flood the immigration courts and get them citizenship. This is why the whole thing with the killing the filibuster, because they were going to let them have citizenship and give them amnesty. That's
what do you even mean? What are you talking about with the filibuster? When were they going to get citizenship?
If Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema had not voted, those are Democrats, voted to kill the filibuster, that's what would have happened. That's what they all told him behind
who
closed
voted
doors.
to kill the filibuster?
Every Democrat in the Senate. Except for Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema.
The border bill they tried passing did not give asylum amnesty to make people citizens that can vote in America. That never happened.
What does AOC always say? Pathway to citizenship.
Most Americans agree with that. There was nothing that said there's a magical button to make everybody in America a legal citizen right away to make them vote right away. There's nothing ever that was proposed for that. But most Americans agree with that there should be a path eventually.
I don't agree with that because I think that's why Donald Trump
don't agree
won.
with that, but most Americans agree with it. Trump lied. Trump won because he lied. Trump won because he lied his ass off. He lied about literally everything. That's how he won.
Did the majority of independents not vote Donald Trump in? Because that's
a majority of independents hate Donald Trump's guts now because he lied to them.
Then why didn't they vote against him?
Because he lied to them to get elected, and now they hate him again.
And how did he lie?
Okay, so he said the Ukraine war is going to end on day one. Is that over?
No, it is not.
Nope, it got 10 times worse. He went from saying Ukraine has no cards to now saying Ukraine is going to take back all of Ukraine based off his emotions towards Vladimir Putin. He said Palestine is going to be solved within the first few weeks. Is that solved?
I think I've heard you say that Donald Trump is basically the lapdog of Putin. Didn't you say that?
He's the lapdog of whoever pays him the most. We gave Qatar Article 5 protections that we usually reserve for NATO countries because they gave him a jet, and we have a Trump property being built in Qatar. If anyone attacks Qatar, we consider it. No, did you see that? If anyone that's last week. If anyone attacks Qatar, we consider it an attack on America now, and we will respond with military force for Qatar, for Israel, for any country that buys out Trump.
If Donald Trump is Putin's lapdog, why is he now considering...
And we're bailing out Argentina now, too. We're bailing out Argentina.
We're going to give him tomahawks. Ukraine.
Yeah, he finally reversed on... I said he reversed on... Wait, we're bailing out Argentina, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, we're giving Argentina $20 billion as our farmers die, and they take our soybean production, and they sell their soybeans to China now because ours can't, because Trump killed our soybean farmers with his tariffs. And by the way, with Russia, he literally only supported Russia because he thought Putin and him were friends. And now because Putin was mean to him, now he's going to say he's pro-Ukraine. It's complete 5-year-old logic. And probably, to be honest, he's more on the side of Israel too, and Israel would be anti-Iran, which would be anti-Russia.
Biden was doing in his presidential term. He's now going to arm Ukraine.
Yeah, and Trumpers did not want that.
Because he was trying to bring peace.
Are you going to talk about any of the other examples, or are you trying to pick one that you think you have a little bit of an argument on?
What else do you want to talk about?
So we're giving Article 5 protections to Qatar. We said it's American national security if anyone attacks Qatar, and we will respond. After Trump got a $400 million jet from them, and after we have a Trump like $6 billion company, a property being built there.
Well, he's allowed to build property wherever he wants.
You're a cuck.
You're a cuck.
You're a cuck. Did you hear what you just said?
What's wrong with that?
We promised Qatar the full backing of the American military, and we made Qatar a top national defense position for America if Qatar is attacked by anybody, because they're giving Trump a jet and letting him build a property. And your response is not America's being hoarded out.
At?
Your response
I understand what you're saying
your
about
response.
the jet,
your response is not America is now being held captive by Trump getting his corruption. Our American military needs to defend freaking Qatar now. Your response is not about that corruption. It's he could build a property anyway. That's cuck mentality, bro. It's stupid.
Well, you can say anything you want, but what about Turkey? What do you feel about them? Whose side are they on?
Okay, so people voted for Trump largely because he said he was going to get costs down on day one and energy costs down. They have skyrocketed more now than they did during COVID. Trump failed on that completely.
They haven't skyrocketed, but you know what? He has not bring them down. I'll give you that.
Beef prices went up like 60% since he took office.
That pisses me off about Trump. Okay? I've talked to you before, and I've told you that I'm not 100% a Trump guy. Okay? I was an independent that was left-leaning until I voted against Trump in the first election. But after what I saw what Joe Biden did, I was like, you know what? It just pushed me over a little more to the right. Same as Joe Rogan, same as Elon Musk, same as Tulsi Gabbard, same as you're even looking at like Jon Stewart and Bill Maher and Anna Kasparian. They're all slowly coming a little bit to the right.
Have you seen Jon Stewart in the past 5 months?
I've heard what he said. No, I don't follow Jon Stewart, but I've heard him say stuff like that.
He called Trump a full fascist dictator, and so did Bill Maher.
But is really Trump a dictator? If he was a dictator, why are you showing your face on an open platform calling him a dictator? Wouldn't he just whisk you away and liquidate you or put you in a concentration camp if he was a freaking dictator?
We're trying to avoid that. We're trying to avoid that. We're trying to avoid him becoming
Of course we're trying to avoid that. You have every right to speak your mind, and so do I.
But Trump doesn't agree with that. Trump does not agree with that.
As in how?
He wants to jail Americans for burning the American flag illegally, unconstitutionally for a year. He says that if you criticize him, it should be illegal on television. He said that Brandon Johnson, mayor of Chicago, and Brisker should be in jail because they criticized him.
I'm against that.
Yeah, but it's not just being against it. That's a full attack on the American value system we've held for our entire makeup. And Trump is spitting in the face of that every single day. And the most people can say is, "Oh, I'm against that." It's just really pathetic.
I'm against. Why is it pathetic that I say I'm against? I am against morally burning the American flag, but I don't think people should be put in jail for it.
Because if a few immigrants abusing the asylum system under Biden was enough to make you vote for like Trump, who is literally a brain dead moron, pedophile protector, and pedophile himself probably, if that's enough to make you move that direction, then this, in my opinion, should be enough to move you back to the left. If Trump's gonna be doing this shit,
I didn't like seeing people coming here. Look, my dad came here from Mexico, and he did it the right way. And the people are jumping the line. Then they're going and they're being put up in the Roosevelt, the Row Hotel in New York City, and they're given all free stuff.
It's all the same hotel. It's all the same hotel. Do you know every Trumper brings up the Roosevelt Hotel? Do you know why?
Why?
Because none of this has ever affected your life at all. So you have to use the examples you see on Fox News and on Facebook. So you all bring up the Roosevelt Hotel, you bring up Lake and Riley, you bring up the Chicago you bring up the Colorado apartments, because none of this affects your damn life. You complain about it because you see it on social media and become a little pissant over it. Like, you need to bring up the same example. All of you bring up the same example. If this was a huge issue with 20 million people invading America, all of you would not need to bring up the same damn example for every single time I talk to one of you. Every time. It's a Roosevelt Hotel in New York City. Okay, name one other hotel that was used for this.
I can't.
Exactly. None of you really give a shit about this. You're offended by the media and what the media tells you to believe. That's why it's annoying. Because I'm talking about shit that I experience. I'm talking about shit that people that I know experience. Healthcare, the economy, jobs, housing. I'm talking about real shit. But you people come in talking about immigration that you're mad about because the freaking Fox News convinced you to be mad about it.
Well, I'm not really happy with what's going on right now in the shutdown. I don't think that illegal immigrants should have free health care. Do you?
I've read the law multiple times on stream. Nothing in the law says anyone who is not here legally
Then why
can
was
get
it the
those
Democrats
benefits.
were sitting there bitching about after the big, beautiful bill, which, it wasn't so beautiful, I'll admit that, but they were saying 1.5 million illegal, undocumented immigrants are going to lose their health care. They said that. Nancy Pelosi said that.
No one said that. No one
Nancy
said
Pelosi
that.
said that. Look it up.
Nancy Pelosi said
And let me tell you
1.5
another
million
thing. Grew up
people.
there in Pennsylvania.
Wait, you're saying that
where you don't
Nancy
see
Pelosi.
what-
You're saying that Nancy Pelosi said that 1.5 illegal immigrants are going to lose their health care.
And AOC.
AOC said, okay, AOC, 1.5 million immigrants lose health care. The actual study from the Kaiser Family Foundation says 1.5 million lawfully present immigrants. Lawfully present immigrants. Lawfully present. Does that mean illegal? Does lawfully present mean illegal? Yeah, so you heard lies again because they
So
lied
you're
to you.
telling me that, okay, well, let's back up here. During the Democratic primary debate, how many people that were running for the Democrat ticket all raised their hand when the commentator said, which one of your programs will include health care for illegal immigrants? Every one of them on that stage raised their hands.
No, they didn't. No.
Yes, they did. Absolutely. You're bullshit.
No,
That's-
they
you're
didn't.
so
No.
bullshit.
Right now, the big issue is that
Oh.
Trump's ICE is detaining children and abusing children, and you're not talking about that at all. You want to talk about 2020, the 2020 Democratic primaries? What world do you live in? Okay, well, you don't care about the kids.
That actually happened is called history.
I care about the current American citizen children being abused by ICE, and you don't. That's the difference between us.
I never said that.
Yeah,
when
you
did I ever say that?
Because
when did I ever say that?
Okay, so if I have a conversation and I bring up a bunch of bullshit topics,
Don't you
the
live
whole
in
time,
Pennsylvania?
then I know you don't care.
Don't you live in Pennsylvania?
Yep.
I was born in Yuma, Arizona. My father was a lettuce grower. He was a Mexican immigrant. Got his citizenship. He went to Cal Poly in San Luis Obispo. He worked his ass off. I've seen it all. I've seen it where ICE would come into my dad's place at least 3 times a season and be like, okay, here's the deal. We caught a bus at the checkpoint station, and you've got 25, 50 illegal immigrants. And we need to see the documentation. And what happens is this. They all have fake documentation, and we take Xerox copies of them, and then we present them to ICE, and my dad has never, well, not anymore. He never got any kind of a fine or anything because it's fake. And I asked the Border Patrol agent, I said, he was like, I can spot it without even using the scanner. And I said, well, why don't you give us scanners so we can scan these fake documents and nip it in the butt? And he was like, shrugged his shoulders. He said, that's politics. Talk to Washington. That's what's going on in this place. There's no such thing as counterfeit money in Mexico. It's counterfeit documentation in the United States of America. I've seen it with my own eyes. I live in northwestern Arizona. I moved when my dad died, but I was down there my whole life. I live 5 miles from the border. I have a lot more knowledge of what's going on down the border than you, because you live in Pennsylvania.
So, I think that zip tying kids for no reason is bad. Do you agree?
Yeah, that's bad. I agree.
So why is ICE doing that in Chicago right now?
I don't know.
And you know when they do this, they have propaganda filmers. They have camera people with them. Situations, they could bring 5 cameramen to do video editing with a trap rap beat behind it to make it look super epic when they beat up brown people.
You cut out for a second. I heard zip tying kids and then beat up brown people.
If these are really such dangerous situations, it's really weird to me that they can bring 15 camera people to record all of it, to make a highlight reel, to share to their social media accounts, to maximize their social media engagement.
I haven't seen much of you're talking about Chicago?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if the police in Chicago are ordered to stand down, I mean, Chicago is already a pretty bad place for crime. So it's not only ICE, it's the crime. However, when you got people that have the same mentality as you and they want to protect these illegal immigrants and they're going and they're assaulting federal agents, and then the police are told to stand down by the governor or Mayor Johnson or whoever, that's a problem. And so that's why I think it's fair that Donald Trump sends in the National Guard, because
it's
same
all
as
lies,
Portland,
brother.
nobody
it's all lies,
is doing
brother.
anything.
It's all lies, brother. Okay, so if you watch these videos, so what happened was there was an apartment complex in Chicago, and it was full of like 99% American citizens. They got a tip from like a slumlord that there was someone there who might not be here legally. And what they did is they tore apart this entire apartment complex. They used explosives to blow up doors. They zip-tied kids out of their beds, American citizens, and they put them in vans. They said F these kids to bystanders, and they terrorized these people to find like one person here who might be here, illegally. And when I see that happening and ICE is making that standard protocol, I'm thinking to myself, well, if there's someone next door, if they want to say there's an illegal immigrant next door, they can break down my door now. If they want to say, like what ICE is doing is the equivalent of like knocking on doors and asking, are you hiding a Jew in your attic? And and they could just knock your door down and check. Like, are you harboring illegals here? And they're saying they could detain people based off of looks, not even just, skin color, language, but also if you look tense around them. So if a federal agent comes to you unidentified and you act nervous, they can now detain you if you're an American citizen. And these rights are slowly being eroded. And I'm gonna hop off this call soon, but that's the big concern here.
Are those American citizens being deported? Do you really truly believe that people are disappearing? American citizens that are brown or whatever color are being disappeared and being sent away to other countries when they're really U.S. citizens?
Okay, so here's the thing. We have a constitution that protects us from the government blowing the door to our house down and invading us, and ransacking our house and detaining us randomly for no reason, with no warrant, no nothing at all.
Yeah, it's called the Fourth Amendment.
They did this at 10 p.m. at night until 3 a.m. So if a federal agent, and they don't identify themselves, they have masking on. If they come to my house and let's say you have a kid and they rip your kid away from your arms and put them in a van with a zip tie on, and they don't tell you why or who they are, I don't give a shit what else happens. That's terrorizing. That's terrorism, in my opinion. That's so traumatizing. And that can quiet dissent. That can quiet protest if that's the standard.
It's traumatizing. Yeah, it's traumatizing.
It is traumatizing. Just because American citizens are not being directly killed or deported now does not mean it'll never happen, and that does not mean this is not going to be abused. Like, let's say it's election day And Trump wants to say, oh, this polling place in a Democratic area has illegals there, and now ICE is going to be there with guns and military equipment, and they have all these armored vehicles, and they're pointing guns at everybody. That's going to suppress the vote in blue areas, and that's something they have tried doing in 2020. And the people working in the White House before said no, but Trump is probably going to try to do that again. So when we say he wants to be an authoritarian, like he tried seizing ballots in 2020, he tried seizing voting machines in 2020 illegally. All these different things are setting the precedent that he can do it again and do it in a targeted way that can really, really, really harm our freedoms. You're not protected from it. If I want to, let's say someone wants to say there's an illegal in your house right now, they could just tell ICE to break down your door, and they'll blow it up and ransack your house. And that's why ICE, even if you're an American citizen who's anti-illegal immigration, for example, being anti-ICE is being pro-freedom, in my opinion. You can have ICE's duties being done by actually trained professionals. Right now they just want dipshits to join who are assholes and stuff. But
well, I mean, I know. Look, man, you can call it what you want, but if Biden hadn't let all these people in, and he made them wait at the border, because the U.S. code says you've got to come in through the port of entry, they didn't.
No, it doesn't. No.
Okay.
You can have a valid asylum claims can be through non-ports of entry. You have to just identify yourself within a year.
If they're waiting in the next safest country like Costa Rica,
but like crossing the border is a civil violation,
if you're coming in from Venezuela, you have to go to the next safest country. Costa Rica is a beautiful place. It's not very violent.
Hey, crossing the border is a civil violation. It's not criminal. It's the same level of violation as if you sped 5 miles over the speed limit. Like, it's not like these people are committing heinous crimes. They're crossing a physical border, and American law says there's ways for them to claim asylum, even if they don't do it.
But it's still federal. It's still federal.
But Biden did try getting them to go through legal ports of entry with the app, the CB1 app, or whatever it was called. They made efforts for it. I'm not saying it was great, but like the idea we're going to elect a pedophile and a pedophile protector who is literally brain dead, who's a brain dead moron as president because of that issue. It just seems like, and who is building a surveillance state right now.
Pedophile and brain dead, but if he's a dictator and you're on an open platform showing your face, why aren't you in jail or in a concentration camp? That's where you contradict yourself. That's why I follow you.
Hitler was in power a long time. Hitler was in power a good number of years before the Holocaust happened. Like, you can see the signs of authoritarianism, and I'm not saying he's Hitler, but like Putin, Russia, like these countries were more free at one point when they took power. Even China, like all these countries had more democratic streaks at some point before they went authoritarian.
Where Antifa came from? Where Antifa originally came from? I'm sorry to break the
I hope you have a good night. I gotta go. I gotta go to bed. I might brain it. You can call again, man. I hope you have a good night, though. I have to go.
I'll call again.
Hey, appreciate you. Have a good one.
You too.
All right. Well, that's enough for me tonight. What time is it? I was streaming for like an hour, right? Wait, why does it say 7 minutes? Thank you for all the jewels, Kelly. Thank you, Sri, for $5 on Venmo. Thank you so much. If you want to support the stream, please donate to Joel Politics on Cash App or Venmo. Cash App or Venmo, really appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Looks like someone did donate on Cash App or Venmo. Sri, thank you, Sri, again. Sri. Thank you. I was laying in bed tonight. I was not going to stream, but I thought about you guys, and I wanted to come hang out with you. Parasocialism. But no, I wanted to hop on for a little bit tonight. Got some yelling out of the way. Ranger, here, you could be a mod. I just don't want to have too many mods, Ranger. That's the only issue. Because if I have too many mods, I don't have enough viewers. My whole chat's going to be mods. I don't even know what I want to do, bro. Because I'm not happy with how I look in those conversations. I'm really not. I don't like those conversations. I don't think I come off good in those. But I think I think one good thing to do is the whole I talk to so many Trump supporters, and they all bring up this Roosevelt Hotel in New York City. They all bring it up. Every one of them brings up this one hotel. Do you know why they bring up this one hotel? All of them. Because this is not affecting their life at all. It's not affecting their life at all. And the only examples they have of this being an issue are the examples they're told on Fox News. And that's why they all bring up the same one. If there really were 20 million people in America who were here causing problems, everyone would have a story. Everyone would have something to say that is not just a copy and paste from Fox News. That's a good one to go with. 10 seconds. Illegal immigration is not economically sustainable for society. $450 billion in cost. And the crimes, drugs, human trafficking. American citizens do more of that stuff. It's just painful, bro. They could just make up numbers. Is it time to... Should we just lie? Should we lie? Because, like, obviously, immigrants add a lot to the economy, but you can't say that.
You can't be a dictator with dementia. You can't suspend an election and then forget you suspended an election.
What?
You can't be a dictator with dementia. You can't suspend an election and then forget you suspended.
But they're gonna try. They are gonna try to do it.
An election.
The first ever Make-A-Wish dictator, bro.
Trump didn't need note cards to know who Hillary Clinton was. And the guy
What?
has the longest memory of anybody. He remembers every slight, every name, every statistic.
If someone is trying to give me a compliment and they talk about me and they say, this guy is so good, he walks, he talks, he breathes, he remembers everything, bro. He has such a good memory. If someone comes up to me ranting about how good their memory is, bro, I am not gonna ever think they have a good memory. I'm gonna think, holy shit, this person is compensating for something. But yeah, you can have dementia and go crazy and be a dictator. Many dictators did go crazy. You can be a wannabe dictator, but the fact that you even need to do this propaganda is kind of hilarious. You know, today they said to Trump, what is his stance on habeas corpus? All right, habeas corpus. And Trump said, who? Hey Trump, what is habeas corpus? What do you think about habeas corpus? He's like, who is habeas corpus? Who is habeas corpus? Is that a rapper? Habeas corpus? It's like he thought habeas corpus was the name of a person. And that's how you also know that Stephen Miller's running the White House and Pam Bondi and all these goons. Because they write all this stuff about habeas corpus and suspending it and doing Insurrection Act and Alien Enemies Act and all that kind of stuff. And Trump thinks it's a person. He doesn't even know what habeas corpus means, which is the right to know where someone, it means body, or to know where someone's body is, essentially, to know where they are, to have a right of knowing where someone's going to be taken and placed, right? So he doesn't know what habeas corpus is. There's no due process. He doesn't know what it is. He thinks it's a person. You mean we have to bring people back to the courtroom? We have to give them due process. Who is due process? Who is that man? Who is that man due process? Yeah, Trump said frickin' who? He said who? Hey Trump, what's your position on habeas corpus? Who? Don't be a Kyle. Kate said no, Kyle. All right, you guys have a good night. Have a good night, guys. Have a good night. Hope you have a good night, guys. Thank you for watching. Please drop a like, comment, subscribe. If you want to have a conversation, message me on email. This one religious guy emailed me. He found me on YouTube, or he found me on Facebook, apparently. And he said, I've been looking for a decent liberal to talk about politics. I don't have a YouTube channel for this Facebook page, but if we do this, will you agree to share with me the full unedited video of our discussion? He said live is fine. About his channel, he has a God is not dead channel, so I might have to look up some more religious stuff, I guess. Discord link. True. New subscriber, thank you. Thank you for joining. Thank you. I stream randomly at night, usually after 9 p.m. randomly. I don't have a set schedule. If I continue growing, I will have a set schedule eventually, maybe in 2026, but turn notifications on. Join Discord mostly. I'll ping you in Discord. Yeah, join Discord, guys. Thank you for watching. Have a good night. Have a good night, good night, good night, good night. Have a good night, good night, good night, good night. Have a good night, good night. All right. See you. Not being so peaceful. I was meaner tonight than I've been in a while. I was meaner than I've been in a while. PA, nice. Lexapro, Xanax. I mean, I'll talk to you if you have an interesting conversation. Ask me about some online creator. If you ask me a question about an online creator, like another creator, I can talk shit about them. But I can't bring them up randomly. It needs to be from a viewer. Then I can talk shit about them and get their viewers to watch me and start drama, okay? Was I mean tonight? Is that mean? I'm sick of talking about shit they don't care about. Yeah, bro. Biden's border is the reason I became a nut. Alright, have a good night, guys. Thank you.